Wingardium Leviosa. Wingardium Leviosa. Swish and flick. Swish and flick. Wingardium Leviosa. Nothing. Is this thing on? Hi, welcome to Kick-Ass Switch, putting the K in magic. I'm Joanna DeVoe, and you are watching Mega Vlog number 19. Mega Vlog number 19. 19 of these suckers. I might end this at the end of this year and make it an even 24, but I'm definitely not going to give up vlogging. I have found I really love vlogging. I think I want to get a new camera because my camera is giving me some problems, and I will tell you about that. I'm not over the latest batch of problems. I'm still a little bit sore about it. But I would like to put my love of movies and creativity into my vlogs more. But I'm busy this year, so I'm thinking maybe next year I'll get more cinematic and do like voiceovers and really concentrate on making them more of a production. I think that would be really fun because I'm probably going to be making less videos in general. So I'm giving you the heads up about that right now. This mega vlog is going up a week later than it typically does. And that's because the theme for July is fun. Fun. Capital F, capital U, capital N, fun. I just want to have fun this summer in general. And the internet kind of slows down in the summertime. So I have just learned over the years of doing this that that's a good time to take some time off and to take a break and to have some fun in my own life. So that is what I'm doing. And this whole month, the content is going to be short, except on Patreon. I'm doing the regular, I create 5 pieces of content for my patrons every month, 3 podcasts and 2 videos. And so that will all be the same. And that's getting like a theme within the theme. I'm talking about the vortex and the law of attraction over there all month because I think that's fun. That's about staying in your joy and staying in your fun. But then other than that, the rest of the content is just going to be squeezed into a couple of weeks, and it's kind of a mishmash because I want to talk about some things that don't really fit in with upcoming themes that I have coming up, but that you asked me about. One in particular is Medusa. Medusa is my girl. Where is my... Hold on. I love her. I love Medusa. So even though Medusa's mythology is not that fun, I find her, the icon of Medusa, I find very, very empowering, and this is an archetype that I work with a lot. So I'm saying it's fun, and I'm going to talk about that next Thursday, probably in a live video somewhere around noonish Los Angeles time. If you want to check your email inbox, I know it goes, if you're subscribed to me, I think it just goes to your inbox and then you can join me live. And if you don't think you can join me live and you want to ask me questions about Medusa or make a comment about Medusa, do it here. Do it in the comments down below, and then I will like talk about that in the video. I could talk about that all day long, which is, again, why the theme? Why the theme of fun? Why Medusa is going into that bucket? Because I think it's fun. I also have to give a shout out. There's a window behind you, and we have this possum this year. Last year, I don't know where he went. I'm worried about him. We had a kind of like a gimpy possum with one eye. He was missing an eye, and I always love the possums because I feel like they're ugly cute, that they get a bad rap. And I love the ugly cute. So I think they're lovable. I don't want to touch them because I know they can be violent if you mess with them, probably because they can't see very well. But they're supposed to be nocturnal. Oh, sorry. The guy from last year, a little bit gimpy with the eye missing. I have not seen him at all this year. And I've seen quite a few possums, so maybe he didn't make it through the winter or an animal got to him. I'm not really sure. But we have this new guy here who's cruising around behind you right now in the middle of the day. It is 1 p.m. It's Wednesday at 1 p.m. that I'm recording this. And this fool is out. These are supposed to be nocturnal animals. I don't think their vision is good at any time. But much less in the daytime. They're supposed to be sleeping, I think. But he likes to come out and troll for cat food and root around in the yard for like berries and stuff because we have big mulberry trees. We got a fig tree. It's like good eating around here. But I'm watching him. He just tipped over the cat's bowl. So he's a little bit of a distraction. And I keep pointing over here and something else is distracting me as well. That's how this vlog is gonna go. One distraction after the next, but I do have a main subject I want to talk about, but this was in my line of vision too. This is the card I pulled for today. I love her. This is a perfect card to pull on a day that you're doing a vlog, because to me she's all about feeling yourself and feeling your power and your charisma and like really putting yourself out there. So I'm feeling the Queen of Wands today. This is from the Tarot Illuminati. My go-to tarot deck. Put her back where she belongs. And then the main thing I want to talk about, I have props. I have props. I have gone full nerd. If you did not think I was a nerd before, I invite you now to really recontemplate that because I am a total Potterhead. It is official. I have lost my mind over Harry Potter. I do understand that I am late to this game, and I will tell you why. When I worked at Warner Brothers, actually, they were still filming some of the Harry Potter movies, and I worked, one of the co-workers, Carlton, not that you're watching this, but I'll give you a shout out anyway. He was obsessed with Harry Potter, and like the books were still coming out too. And I don't know, we probably got to do free screenings and stuff, but I just wasn't into Harry Potter at the time. And I was like, why is this guy running in? He was like so excited that the new book was out. And he's like, oh, the new book's out. It was so, what year is that? It was probably around like 2001-ish, maybe. Something like that, 2002, early 2000s, and he was like into it. He was going through the catalog to buy, like they had Harry Potter swag and jewelry and things like that. And this was a very attractive, intelligent, talented man who was losing his shit over Harry Potter, over this children's thing. And I always think, South Park was still a thing then, and there's a scene in South Park when one of the characters comes on these like Harry Potter fans, Potterheads, and he goes, Harry Potter. Oh no, I'm gonna mess it up. I think something like, you're all a bunch of nerds, and I'm like, that's me now, that's me. So years after watching Carlton lose it over the Harry Potter books and all of that, and other people too would be excited in the studio, but he's the one that comes to mind. Tanner, my son, started learning how to read. He got an interest in learning how to read, and at that point, I think it was like late high school for him. He was just about to graduate high school, and he could just read like signs, you know, like stop signs or just really basic. I mean, he could read more than the word stop, but like he really got into like signs like logos and things like that, and signs on buildings, and he took an interest in it. And because I am such an enthusiastic book nerd, I was like, let's get some books, let's do this thing. And so he had won some sort of piece of paper, just a piece of paper at an assembly for making an effort in reading, and I decided to run with it, and I bought him the first Harry Potter book, and I signed it, you know, like, I'm so proud of you, and we're gonna read these together. So we started to read the series, and it was very, very slow going because he really didn't understand what was going on. We had to stop all the time, you know, and be like, we'd have to talk about the cat, like, why is there a cat, and what is the cat doing? And so it was hard for me to get really invested in the story because we were reading at such an insanely slow pace, like a few pages a day with lots of explaining throughout. And so I couldn't really get in the world like entirely. And then the movies would pop up on HBO, on cable, and we would kind of have them on, and Tanner wasn't really excited or interested in it. And there was a part of me that enjoyed it just because I enjoy all things magic, right? Then I don't know what provoked this. I really don't. I do. Last year, the Wizarding World, Harry Potter's Wizarding World, opened here in Hollywood. And I remember when the one opened in Orlando, Florida, and seeing the commercials for it and the trailers online, and I was just like, it's magical! Oh my god, it's magical! And I wanted to go so bad. Even though my history with Harry Potter was kind of spotty, something about this like really excited me. So when it came last year, I thought, we're going to this thing. And we're gonna do it in the summer, summer 2016. So I told Tanner if we watch all 8 of the movies, we will go to the Wizarding World. We watched the first movie, and the part where the cat meows in the beginning, I know it's not a significant part in the movie, but it was to Tanner. Something about cats going "Meow" freaks him out, and he immediately busts into tears, and he's terrified, and he wants nothing to do with whatever the thing is. That happened once when we were in Target at Halloween, and they had like a Halloween cat where you push the button, and it would it wasn't even scary. I didn't think it was scary, but it made like a noise, and it was dancing around, and he started bawling in the middle of Target, and I had to take him out. Not funny. Not funny. I don't know what I'm giggling about. I guess I'm just excited that I'm talking about Harry Potter because I know it's nerdy and I think nerdy things are fun. So that really, once the cat meowed in the first movie, he did not want to watch any other Harry Potters. He didn't even want to make it through the first movie. And that happens really early. It's like one of the first scenes when Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall come to drop Harry off at the Dursleys. So that kind of derailed us a little bit. Earlier this year, I was like, hell no, I want to go to the Wizarding World, and I'm going to get my kid excited about this. So I brought the subject up again. I showed him a bunch of videos of the Wizarding World online, and I said, Tanner, it's not scary, it's going to be really fun, and there's only, I think, one scene with the cat meowing, and we already saw that scene, right? So let's do the other movies, and then when we're done, we can go to the Wizarding World. So it took us a few months, 3 months or so, to get through all 8 movies, which we did. The second to last movie, it's part 1 of the Deathly Hallows. It was scary. There were scary parts. And he was I could tell he was worried and scared, so I stopped it, and I kept telling him, you have to watch all the movies if you want to go to the Wizarding World. It was I was dangling the carrot, so that's what got us through the movies, and we totally enjoyed ourselves. We sat back there on my bed, we had popcorn, we had hot chocolate, we made a whole thing of it, and it was really fun. But the second to last movie scared him, so I paused it, and I said, look, buddy, if you don't want to watch this, you can go watch something else on TV, but I'm going to finish it, okay? And then he said, but I want to go to the Wizarding World! He was so worried. And I was like, oh no, I did not mean to threaten him, you will watch these movies and you will like it. So I was like, oh no, I promise, I'll still take you to the Wizarding World, even if you don't want to watch the movies. I understand if it's scary. And he was like, no, I want to watch it. So we watched them all, and then very shortly thereafter, the next week, we went to the Wizarding World and we bought a bunch of crap, and it was really fun. And I had so much fun in that 3 months time, just anticipating the Wizarding World. I made a Pinterest board of pictures of the Hollywood Wizarding World, which is very different than the Orlando one, which is a little bit disappointing, a lot disappointing actually. I had fun, but Orlando has better things. The problem with that is I live in LA. So getting to Orlando is like a whole thing, right? But they have Diagon Alley and the Gringotts ride. We don't have that. And I didn't know that at first when I first was like, let's go to the Wizarding World. It was only from like watching the videos that I was like, oh no. So at least I was prepared when we got there. But there was still fun stuff. And then this brings me around to my camera. I am so pissed about this still. And it happened like almost a month ago. My camera is very old. It's a flip camera from my band, Obedient Waves. We had 3 flip cameras, and we would record our rehearsals, or we would record videos, and we would set them up around the room. One survived, and that is what I still use to record my vlog footage. And but it's glitchy. I have to like turn it off and on sometimes, or you try to delete something and it doesn't want to delete, and you go in circles. Apparently, like 3/4 into our day at the Wizarding World, I must have double clicked the delete button or something happened, and I didn't know it until the end of the day when we were walking back to our car and I was going through. All my best footage is gone. And I'm so pissed about it. It makes me so mad. And that's when I realized how important these vlogs were to me. I know most of you say the mega vlogs are your favorite, but I didn't realize how much they meant to me. It's like documenting my life. I could get choked up thinking about it because I've done some amazing things with my son. I can't believe I'm going to get upset about this. It's not the end of the world, Joe. But this footage was so cute. And I love that I have this of these experiences, especially that I'm having with my son. We rewatch that stuff sometimes. And this one was amazing. I mean, we were filled with the magic that day. Tanner believed it. It was all real to him, right? Like every part of it was real. And there's only 2 rides there, but they were both the best ride ever. And the food was amazing. And the thing that just breaks my heart the most that is missing is Tanner loves owls. He is always, he's like afraid of them at night. I think because in movies, the owl, hoo hoo hoo, it usually like denotes like, ooh, we're going into the scary forest or something bad's about to happen. But he loves them too. He's super fascinated with them. He's got quite a few stuffed animals of owls that he's had over the years. And that's what he really loves about the movies too. It's one of the things he really loves. So we got to go to the owl post, and they have these animatronic owls. And we had just gotten our wand, which I will show you in a second. You already saw it in the beginning here. And Tanner, I guess I'll give you a little backstory to the owl post. When we went into Ollivander's to buy the wand, we did the whole wand ceremony experience. Tanner did not get chosen, but you go into this special room and it's all dark, and then they pick someone in the audience. I think they just always pick a kid, and they pick this little girl, and then they go through this whole like ceremony where the wand chooses the little girl, right? And they try one wand out and it doesn't work, like a light pops and something breaks, so then they try another one, and it's this whole process. And Tanner was just like, oh my god, this is amazing. He was cracking up and jumping up and down. He was so excited. It was really cute to watch him watching this and believing it, like believing it was real. So we went and we picked out our wand, and I will show you that, like I said, in a minute. And then he couldn't wait to get it out. Let's get this wand out, because we sprung for the interactive wand. They have wands that are interactive in the park, and as far as I know, the wand works both in Hollywood and in Orlando. So maybe we'll get to go to Florida one day. But it works only in like designated areas. They have little areas where you stand and you do the whatever, like I did in the beginning, Wingardium Leviosa, and you point it at a window, and if you do it correctly, these sensors pick it up, and then like it activates, something in the window happens, like some kind of magic. And Tanner just thought this was the most amazing thing in the world. The problem is he didn't realize that the wand doesn't like work wherever you go. So when we went into the owl post, He's like, get the wand out, get the wand out. He stood there so sincerely, waving the wand and trying to get these animatronic owls to come down and hang out with him. And I didn't tell him that it wasn't real, or that the owls weren't real. Like, he just believed it was all real. And I love his innocence. I think it's really sweet. And so I just kind of go with it, you know. And I was like, oh, I don't know, maybe the wand doesn't work in here. I don't really know why, you know. But he really made the effort. And he was talking to the owls. He's like, hi, owls. And I had all that on camera. All of it. Everything I just described. Ollivanders and that. And it's gone. It's gone. I tried, there's software. It's usually just for Windows, and I use a Mac. But there's a couple alternative pieces of software that you can download on your computer to retrieve deleted footage from your camera, from these flip cameras supposedly, but they don't always work. So they offer like free downloads before you spend your money. So I was worried about malware, so I did a lot of research, and the one, I can't remember, Yodot. Is it Yodot? Something like that. I downloaded it and it didn't work. And then I obsessed for a couple of weeks, like off and on, when I had a little bit of time, like reading about all the other ones. But, and I would put in like the name of it and then malware. And in every case, people complained about it putting malware on their computer. And I didn't want to get a virus. I did not want to get malware. So I'm having to just let it go that this footage is lost, and it's really disappointing, but I don't know. What are you gonna do? We had the experience. It'll have to live in our hearts and our minds, and our minds and our hearts. And that'll just have to be the way it is. My personal favorite part, besides just everything to do with my son and just the joy he took at like drinking butterbeer or going into the 3 broomsticks and ordering like this corn on the cob that was just huge. He loved Honeydukes, the candy shop. He just thought that was the most magical thing ever, and it is super duper cute. All of it was fun, but my favorite part was going to Hogwarts, going to the castle. And because I had been nerding out on this like for 3 months, like I knew we had our like plan, like what we were gonna do. And so we knew to like run to the Forbidden Journey ride right away to avoid the lines, right? Because you don't want to stand in LA weather in the summertime in a 3-hour line. And the lines got up to 3 hours by the time we left. So I was really glad we did that. And there was still a little bit of line. Like some people got there somehow before us and ran up ahead of us. But that's what we did. We made a beeline for Hogwarts Academy, the castle. And my favorite part was not the Forbidden Journey ride. It was the castle. The line. It was the line. The line was so much fun because you see like the Weasley's car that crashed when Harry and Ron were flying it, like that's out there. Hagrid's motorcycle, I think, is out there on the outside park, and or the outside part of the line. And the park is really great about fans and misters, so that does keep you cool somewhat throughout the day. And they have it for the entire outdoor portion of the line. And Tanner was so excited, and I was so excited. And then you go into the castle, and you get to walk through the castle. You get to go to Professor Snape's office, and that was my favorite part. Just all the little details and how well crafted this castle was and everything was. And then at the end of the ride, you can go through this shop, and there was a guy dressed in whatever Hogwarts uniform with an owl on his arm, and it was just a stuffed animal. And Tanner asked him if he could pet it, and he like got up. This is also missing from the footage, which is why I'm telling you about it. But he got up to the owl's face and he's petting it, and he said, "You look fabulous, owl. You are fabulous." And then he gave him a kiss, and it was so cute, so cute. And because I assume you already know I'm a total mush ball and things make me cry all the time, I kept getting welled up I kept like getting choked up throughout the entire thing because I kept thinking about J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling being a mother on welfare, like writing in cafes while her baby's sleeping next to her. And how by some crazy stroke of magic, there I am years later standing in this park, and we're all like standing in J.K. Rowling's imagination. We're standing in Jo Rowling's mind. Like, how did that happen? And it's done at such a high level. I'm going to show you some of the things we bought. So like all the way from the books to the movies, to the merchandise, to the theme park. It is done at the highest quality level, and it's just this amazing experience. And I just really, one thing that I love more than magic is dreams. Creating the kick-ass life of your dreams. That's really what I'm here to do, to inspire you to create the kick-ass life of your dreams, and to keep myself inspired and encouraged to pursue the kick-ass life of my dreams. And my biggest dream is to be a published author and to make movies and of my scripts or my books or whatever. So her dream is very personal to me. That is probably like the height of it. I think she's the first author ever to become a billionaire. I don't have ambitions like that, and she didn't either. But I wanted to mention that because I think it's really important to creating the kick-ass life of your dreams. Jo Rowling's journey. She completely believed in what she was doing, and she was immersed in it, and she was doing it from a place of joy and love. And you can still hear to this day in her interviews that she is a fan as much as we are fans. And there's so much love imbued in it. And I really think that that is the magical ingredient that made it all come to life. She did not have a hidden agenda. Her dream was to be a writer and author since she was 6 years old, and she has been writing since she was 6 years old, and she does it because she loves it, because she genuinely loves it, and you can really, really feel that. And I have to mention Luna. This is my bookmark. It's just like one of those little magnetic bookmarks that I got on Etsy. Luna is my favorite character. I fell madly in love with Luna. I think I see myself in Luna. I think Luna is like the third grade Joanna that I'm trying to get back to. I'm like been growing into my nerd self over the years, and but when I was in elementary school, my up until third grade, I was Luna. I was a dork. I was a nerd. I was called weird by a lot of people. The first year that I went to summer camp, the kids dubbed me Little Weirdo, and but I was sincere too. I was completely sincere and very, very honest, and that is what I saw in Luna. And not to mention that she looks a little bit like how I looked back in the day. So I really resonated with her, but her part of the Harry Potter journey is also, I think, really demonstrative of this idea of going after the kick-ass life of your dreams. And so I know you probably already know that story. You probably know that Ivana Lynch, who plays Luna Lovegood, is a vegan. So I'm sure many of you love that. She's a passionate animal activist and a vegan. But what I love about her is she was like a Harry Potter super fan, and she was writing letters to J.K. Rowling telling her, like, I'm Luna. I know Luna. I know who Luna is. I am her. And out of all of the fan mail that J.K. Rowling received, for some reason, she read these letters and resonated with these letters and remembered these letters. And then when they did open casting to cast Luna, they auditioned thousands and thousands and thousands of girls, and Ivana Lynch is the one who they chose. I love listening to her talk about her audition process because she went in there with that same attitude of it's going to be a mistake if you give this role to anybody else, because I am Luna. I love Luna. I care about her, and I want her to be portrayed for who she really is, you know, with all this love and lightness, but this honesty that she has. And so they gave her the part, and I think she's just luminescent. I feel like she really gave the series that levity that it needs, but there's something very wise about her at the same time. This is the part that gives me goosebumps. J.K. Rowling did not know that Evanna Lynch got the part. She had no hand in that casting, and then when they told her, she was like, Evanna Lynch? Oh my god, that's like my super fan pen pal who's been writing me these letters. It was a total coincidence. This amazing synchronicity. I just bit my tongue. I literally just bit my tongue. Ow. It was like the back of my tongue. It was this awesome synchronicity, and I think it was because it was very much like J.K. Rowling just having this pure love, this pure determination, this pure feeling to create this world. I feel that Evanna Lynch had that for creating this character of Luna Lovegood. And I love her so much. I'm like 99.99% sure that's going to be my Halloween costume this year. I looked all over the Wizarding World for her glasses because I want to be Luna Lovegood for Halloween. And I did buy, they're just made out of paper. I was disappointed, but I bought it. I'm going to frame it and put it in my dining room. It's like a picture of a newspaper, and then you can cut out the glasses, or they're probably perforated and they come out. But I just left it like that because I thought it was cool art. And I will order the plastic ones on eBay for my costume. But I'm remodeling the office here in my house, and I will show you that in the next mega vlog. Because August theme, I'll just tell you right now, is going to be hearth and home, and I will share with you my new office. But I bought something really silly that I'm very excited about. I bought Funko makes those pop figurines. They're like these little squat shorty pop figurines, and the one of Luna Lovegood is not that inspiring. It's not very Luna Lovegood. She's just wearing like a black robe. She looks like all the other characters, or she did until this year. And for Comic-Con, they are doing a special exclusive edition just for the people who attend Comic-Con, I believe. That's the way I understood it. So I sat around on eBay and I bid on people that were selling those. And I got it for so cheap. I got it for a lot. But compared to what they were selling for, they were going way over $100. I got it for under $50. And it's this, basically. It's the Funko Pop version of the Luna we all love, like in this outfit. And I wanted to show her to you today, and I went to check to be like, where is my Luna? I ordered this weeks ago, but apparently I'm not getting it till mid-August because the convention has not happened yet. So I think some smart people are just gonna go to Comic-Con and buy them all up after they make sales, which is very clever, very clever. Let me show you what else I have bought. Let me tell you how much it costs. It costs $220 for Tanner and I to get into the Wizarding World, and then we spent another $220 on food and junk that I love. I call it junk affectionately. I also, this is gonna be the longest, how long have I been talking? 30 minutes, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Okay, don't skip ahead, Joe. I'm gonna show you my wand. Just to emphasize the point of how amazing everything is at the Wizarding World. Look at this. Ollivanders, makers of fine wines, since 382 BC. This is the bag that it came in. And then here is the box. And I got Dumbledore's. I do love Dumbledore. I was torn between getting Luna's and Dumbledore's, but I just liked his the best because I thought it was just so cool. Here, it helps if I put it to the background. There, look. Oh my God. I just love all those little sigils on the side right there. Is that so cool? And then it comes in this awesome box. And then you get this. You get a map of the wizarding world and how to cast spells. And this takes you around Hogsmeade in the wizarding world, and it tells you the different locations, like where you can do the magic, and then which spell you need. And they want you to say the spell too, but it's really the sensors picking up on the motion, and it's tricky. It's tricky, so you stand there for a while trying to perfect it, kind of like I was in the beginning of this video. Let me blast through some of the other stuff that I got because it's dorky, but Tanner used to, a long time ago, have a little gold plastic golden snitch, and it was a ball. He is a ball man. He loves balls. He's obsessed with balls. And he wanted, and it's gone. He doesn't know what happened to it, and he's complained a lot that it's missing. He does not lose things, so we don't know what happened, if someone threw it away or something. But every store he went in, he was looking for the golden snitch, and they had a lot of them, but it's the one with the wings on it, and the wings don't tuck in or anything. So he ended up instead getting this. The Remember All. We saved the box because I have this in my main bookshelf in my living room. It's a little bit kitschy. I have these cool, like, vintagey looking toys and stuff where I will keep some of this. But for now, he's wanting to play with it and keep it by his bed. So we got a Remember All, and I got this. And I love it. I'm not going to put my keys on it. It's the Deathly Hallows. I'm not going to put my keys on it. I just... this keeps getting crooked here. Should I wear it like this? Hey! No doubt if I did, somebody would be like, I love your necklace. Where did you get it? Because the world is filled with Potter fans. Potter heads is what they are called, in case you didn't know. But I like keep this next to me when I'm sitting there working, and it makes me smile, but it also inspires me because it makes me think of what I was talking about with standing in J.K. Rowling's imagination and just how amazing that was. And then the other thing that's kind of goofy, I couldn't leave without a journal. I'm a huge journaler, diary keeper, writer, and so I got this one. They had a lot of different ones, but I got this one. Has like a rubbery leather feel to it, and it's just pretty basic inside. But I journaled about our trip, and kind of my writing journey is where it started going after I journaled about our trip. But these are the things that I spent my money on at the Wizarding World. You must buy the butterbeer if you go. It was a super hot day, so Tanner chose the frozen butterbeer, which is delicious. It was fabulous. And then one more Harry Potter moment, and I will stop talking about Harry Potter. Look at these! These are beautiful. Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I know it's the Philosopher's Stone in England, or I think it is. It was originally, but then it became the Sorcerer's Stone when it came to America. I prefer Sorcerer to Philosopher, but whatever. Jim Kay illustrated these. Look at this. Chamber of Secrets. These are the only two that have been released. The third book in the series is coming out this fall. I already posted pictures of this on Instagram, so I don't know if you guys want to see inside this thing. Let me show. I'll show you Diagon Alley since I didn't get to go to Diagon Alley. I love the illustrations of Diagon Alley in this. I love the illustrations. Among many other things I do, I illustrate. That was like the core of my business before Kick-Ass Switch. When my business was Koshi, it was all based around my illustrations and my writing. So I love illustrators. And look at this. Isn't that cool? There are 2 pages in here dedicated to Diagon Alley. Ooh. I could frame this whole book like page by page. It's beautiful. So Tanner is into the books now because we got into the movies. So I am doing #WW Book Club, the Wizarding World Book Club. this is a coincidence, a synchronicity, however you want to see it, but when we got back from the Wizarding World, it was announced on Pottermore that they were having this book club, the Harry Potter book club, on Twitter, my very favorite social media platform. I love Twitter. I'm there every day hanging out. Even though most of you are on Facebook, I prefer Twitter. So I just sit there talking to strangers on Twitter. And but they announced they were doing this book club, and I was all about it, like from day one. I'm like, I'm doing the book club. And so they're going through each book. Each book is getting like a month. Some are going to get more as they get longer, but they're getting about a month. And every Friday morning we meet like nerds around the hashtag WW Book Club. And Pottermore will post these questions, and then we all sit around discussing it, and it's super duper duper fun. And now Tanner is interested in the books, so I ordered the illustrated editions thanks to the book club. Somebody was talking about the illustrated editions. I was like, I need to check these things out, and I ordered them, and now we're reading the illustrated editions. It's very exciting. Are you still listening to me? What else is in this vlog? I went to the mountains. Tanner and I, this is another cool thing. Talk about fun. We created a to-do list of fun and posted it in our kitchen. And it is this list of things we're going to do this summer, which is cool because it's kind of like holding me accountable for the fun this summer. And it's something to look forward to. So he will stand there like, you know, being like, when are we going to do this thing? Or when are we going to do that thing? Or I'll just stand there looking at the list sometimes when I'm making food, because it's like right behind where I prep dinner. And we've already done the Wizarding World was on the list, and going on a full moon hike was on the list. I recorded that, so that will be part of this vlog. And then going to the mountains to hang out with Stephanie and her family was on the list. And that is Stephanie Matthews of Magickal Mothering. And we did that right before 4th of July. And I just have to give an endorsement for Stephanie right now, because she is the real deal. She knows so much about the plants up there. That was like the heart of what we did. We went to their like secret spot, and it was this stream in the woods. It looked completely untouched by people, which I really appreciated and loved living in the city. There was no trash. There was no evidence of humans anywhere. It was just beautiful. And the kids had buckets, and they were catching tadpoles. And then Stephanie knew like what every plant was and what it does, like what its magical and medicinal and nutritional properties are. And what killed me is her little kids are 4 and 5 years old. She has a 5-year-old boy and a 4-year-old girl. And they knew what all the plants were. And there's this cute little 4-year-old girl, Skyanne, and she's got this little pair of scissors, and she's going around and she's wildcrafting. And she actually knows what she's doing. And then the little boy comes up to me at one point, and he's got this little jar, and it's just like packed full with a mishmash of herbs. And he's like, oh, this is my special blend. I make my own blend. I was like, this is a 5-year-old telling me about how he makes his own herbal blend. And just watching Stephanie in action with her kids, I was like, wow, like she really walks her talk. She really is what she says she is. And she definitely has something of value to offer. So that was really special and really fun. And then our hike, our full moon hike, we just did. So it's July 12th, I think right now. So it was a couple of days ago. And God, it was hot. It got up to 112 that day with humidity. So it was 112 plus freaky humidity. They were expecting thunderstorms, which we did not get, but we had like the thunder clouds and just that heavy so 112 plus the heavy And once you tell Tanner that you're going to do something, especially if it involves the moon, you better do it. Like your word better be your bond. So I was trying to kind of get out of it, like maybe we should do the next full moon, and I could just see like like the panic on his face. I was like, no, we can do this one if that's what you want to do. So we did it. We did the hike, and I'm really glad we did. It was hard going uphill. We went up this mountain right here by my house, and that was tough. But once we got to the top, we got right to the top, like right after the sun had set, and the city was beautiful, and the moon was so orange. I filmed that for you, and orange is Tanner's favorite color, so he was thrilled. But then on the way back, we usually see coyotes and bats and things like that, and the coyotes, they'll look at you, but they don't want to be around you, right? Or we'll see a deer. We did see a deer this time. It was very cool. They don't want to be around you. They see you coming and they kind of freeze. And then as you get closer, they'll run away. This time we were walking back and it got dark pretty fast. And we were walking, we could still see, but it was pretty dark. And I was like, buddy, we better bust out the flashlight. Like, let's get the flashlight out. Right after we turned the flashlight on, I am not kidding, like seconds after turning the flashlight on, right in front of us, right where we were walking, was a snake. We would have stepped on it had I not turned the flashlight on. And so we like backed up and we're shining the flashlight on it. And we were just kind of amazed. We pretty much had the mountain to ourselves. A few random people went walking by, I think, because it was just so miserably hot. But at that moment, a lady came walking up behind us. I don't know if she looked like a ranger. I didn't ask her, but she had like the big stick and everything. And she goes, oh, that's a rattlesnake. And I was like, it is. She's like, yes, and it has a friend. And there were 2 rattlesnakes like in our path. And shortly before that, I had almost stepped on a scorpion. And I have lived in California my whole life, and I have never seen a real live scorpion in action. So this was like a deadly hike. It could have been a deadly hike. But what's even more surprising than that is when we got to the bottom of the hill, like right before we got to the parking lot, I heard I was like, I know that song! It's the beginning of Grease! That's Grease! That's Grease! Are they watching Grease in the park? Like, what is going on? So we went like running toward the music, and as we got closer, I realized, oh, before that, no, that's not the music I heard. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby, which is like this old weird commercial that they used to run at drive-ins before these movies. And I was like, is that Grease? And then when the music started, I realized it was Grease, and we ran down the rest of the hill, through the parking lot, in the dark, following this music, and sure enough, they were playing Grease. It was at the very beginning of the movie, in the park, and it looked like hundreds of people sitting in the grass, looking at this huge like pop-up screen, and they were playing Grease. We couldn't get in because it was $12 a head, and we were sweaty, and we had just been hiking, and I did not have my money on me. So we stood at the chain link fence around it, and I filmed some of it, I'll show you, but we stayed until they sang Summer Nights, and it was so awesome standing out there listening to John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John singing Summer Nights. I love that movie. I saw it at the drive-in when I was like 5 years old, I think. I was like a little kid. And I have such good feelings about that. So that is what is in the vlog to follow. If you made it this far, you are diehard. I have respect for you. And love, and love. I hope that your summer is going very well. If you're in the southern hemisphere, I hope you had a very happy holiday, hopefully with your friends and family. And until we meet again, stick around for the vlog footage if you want. Much love to you. Peace. That's cool. What do we have here? What is that?
A butter beer.
A butter beer? Oh my God, don't get drunk.
I won't.
Okay. He's amazing.
Rock before walk. She came to life.
All of this is mugwort.
Wow, I love mugwort. I buy it. I don't pick it
Well,
from the...
which doesn't love mugwort?
We all do. Oh my gosh. So I can take some home?
So there we'll find mint and rose petals and yarrow and monkey flower.
Okay, so I really wasn't kidding when I said this was Magical Mothering 101. Can you tell them your website so people can go?
Magicalmothering.com.
Yay! I'm so happy we're here.
So we'll find lots of yummy edibles and medicinals.
Look at this woman.
Look at those single.
Pack mule.
Pack mule.
Pack mule gatherer.
We're surrounded by mint too. Tanner's very excited about the mint.
Smells divine.
Is this crazy? This really is heaven, Stephanie.
You think they like the water?
Okay, frogs. Let's show.
No.
Can we show YouTube the frog? Oh, look at him. Oh, they've been catching tadpoles all day. Does he have a name?
He used to me.
All right, buddy. We get to cross off another thing on our summer to-do list. Our summer to-do list of fun. What are we doing? What? I can't hear you.
Full moon high.
Full moon hike.
I'm waiting for it to send it red. I like it red.
Well, we better hurry. We better hurry. The sun is going down. Wow, these are all labeled. Mahonia nevini, Nevin's barberry. I have no idea what that is or what it does, but somebody labeled it. Friends of Griffith Park, that's who labeled it. White sage, Salvia apiana, Artemisia Douglasiana, Artemisia Douglasiana, California mugwort. Awesome. Prunus ilicifolia, Prunus ilicifolia, holly leaf, cherry, Rus integrifolia. I feel like I'm reading Harry Potter. Lemonade berry. I can't do all the plants because somebody really did label all these plants and there's so many. And we're running late to capture the full moon. These guys always remind me of Practical Magic, the movie Practical Magic. Cheering. Maybe you can. There is a concert going down there right where we parked. There, you probably heard that. Rock and roll! On the super hot day. It got up to 112 here today. It was scary hot with humidity. Thunderstorms expected, which is very unusual for LA. And what are we doing? Hiking. Because I promised, the thing about Tanner is basically your word is your bond with this guy. You could break your word to him, but I would never.
That's what that is right there.
What is it? It's pink. It's a pink full moon. beautiful moon, buddy.
Looks like a harvest moon.
A harvest moon. It really does. It's so orange. That's one of the prettiest moons I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's one of the biggest moons there.
This is really beautiful too. At the top of the hill on the walk back, you walk through this hall of eucalyptus trees. It's so pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is such a great hike. There's so much nature in LA, you just have to know what you're looking for. Don't stay on the freeway if you come to LA, and don't stay down on the flats. Go where the mountains are, people, or the beach. So there is a snake in our path, and we just passed a scorpion. I almost stepped on a scorpion, and now this dude is hanging out. Wow, those were rattlesnakes. There were 2 rattlesnakes together. This is a dangerous hike.
The reason